Camp Heartland is a place of exceptional love.
Listen, baby.
A place of acceptance, a place of great joy for children who have been dealt a very unfair deck of cards.
My birth mother was HIV positive, and that's how I got it. I didn't know about it until my mom and dad told me when I was 6 years old. When I was growing up, I thought I was the only person with AIDS.
Don't cry, not alone.
Instantly, people who openly knew my diagnosis and my situation just welcomed me with open arms, hugged me.
I wasn't allowed to go to a school because I have AIDS. The principal said I couldn't go.
It's such a simple thing, to do, and if you can have, help someone smile, it's such a great honor.
The inspiration for Camp Heartland was simply a 5-year-old boy who had a wish of going to summer camp. But that wish was a little tougher to fulfill in 1993 because little Niall of Milwaukee was born with AIDS, and there were few, if any, summer camps at the time that could meet his medical and emotional needs.
My brother was the inspiration for this camp. Niall, when he was 5, was kicked out of church, I believe it was, for having HIV diagnosis. And all he ever wanted to do was go to a camp.
Imagine being a child that has a disease and never being able to share that secret with anyone. And finally, for the first time in your life, coming to a place where no one's afraid of you, where you can speak the words and say, I have AIDS, and the little boy next to you can say, me too, I have AIDS.
When I came to Camp Heartland, it's just like a new world for me because it's people here that are experiencing the same thing.
You up next. Let's do this.
They don't have to worry about anything except being a kid, and I think that's like the biggest thing. Even some of our counselors, and myself included, like I know that I can come to camp and I don't have the regular world to worry about. It's 1 week or the whole summer that I don't have to think about my problems, and the biggest problem I have is whether or not we have enough balloons for the day.
They can meet celebrities.
Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child.
I am here with so many beautiful, beautiful children. But I'm just here just to shed a little light and some hope in these children's lives. Why should I feel discouraged? Little do they know, they always give me hope. You always come here, people always want you to do something, but you always walk away. I know I always walk away feeling fulfilled, like, wow, okay, I'm doing something right. And I sing because I'm free.
The hope and happiness is not something that I expected to experience, so I have been awakened. Thank you.
And talk about photo ops, the recently out Lance Bass and his boyfriend Riken Limkel were out and about in Malibu this week, getting in sync with the kids of Heartland HIV/AIDS camp in Malibu. Oh, they're sweet.
Lance Bass and boyfriend Riken Limkel make their first public appearance together since announcing they're a couple. Lance tells Extra he was overwhelmed by the reception at Malibu's Camp Heartland for kids affected by HIV/AIDS.
I felt like I was back at an NSYNC concert.
Many of the kids still today experience discrimination. So to have someone that they see in the movies or on TV or listen to on MTV or on their MP3 players, come and give them a hug.
Given from the heart. Now and forever.
It's so important to have a support system, and it's so important to have just complete strangers come up to you and say, I'm there with you.
As you know, their everyday lives are so hard, and And just to be able to escape and come to a place like this, and especially with other kids that are going through the same things you are, you don't feel so alone anymore.
To me, Camp Heartland is heaven on earth.
This could be heaven.
Perhaps the best and maybe saddest way of illustrating the impact that happens at Camp Heartland and the transformations that occur here is the fact that we lost a little boy named Chris Edwards in 1999. And moments after he died, his mom called me and said, I want his resting place to be his happy place. And to this day, his ashes are scattered under a lovely tree at our home in Minnesota. And if anything illustrates the power of Camp Heartland, the power of this organization, the power of our thousands of volunteers and what they contribute, it's the fact that there are children who have been buried within the borders of Camp Heartland.
It is 25 years later, and you know the medicine's about the only advancement we've truly made. So places like Camp Heartland provide an immense amount of hope and support and compassion, you know, in a pretty ugly world.
It's too cold. I'm sorry.
Kids would call me like AIDS girl, and they didn't want to play with me.
Camp Heartland is a real reflection on sort of what's real and what's not in the world.
Quit arguing, hello. Everybody's quiet on the set.
And you look around these kids and they have a perspective and an understanding of what's important that we sometimes lose sight of.
Why are these kids treating me this way?
Just because I have this disease doesn't mean I don't have to be put down.
Nobody should be treated like that.
If your life is difficult and if you're not sure, you know, how many summers you might get, you know, I think it's all that much more important that you live each one of them to the fullest.
This is really fun to being right next to Janica.
Camp is a great way to have fun and forget about troubles and worries and just enjoy your life.
Camp Heartland is, you know, is family.
Out of this world.
To me, Camp Heartland is my refuge and my sanctuary.
Kids who felt that they had no future finally have a future. And with that in mind, many of our corporate leaders and foundation leaders and everyday donors are realizing that this is a place of deep and profound transformation, and contributions that were once $5,000 are becoming $100,000.
We're definitely looking forward to continuing to build on our great relationship that we have.
Without them, I don't know if camp would ever be here, and I would like to just thank them.
I mean, it's love.
Hope, faith, and love.
To me, I think Camp Heartland is peace.
It's home and love. Home is where the Heartland is.